So on this week's edition of Freehling Finds, we're going to show you the people that are doing the real work to create this video series as we celebrate a milestone achievement. On this week's edition of Freehling Finds, we're going to take kind of a different approach. This is the 50th episode. You usually will see me on camera, but the people who have really helped develop this series and do a lot of the work on it on an ongoing basis are sitting here next to me. Danelle Rose, our visitor center manager, and Jim Gaston, who is our video guru, have done or largely deserve a lot of the credit for this video series. And so again, we're celebrating the 50th episode today, and so Danelle, why don't you tell us a little bit about sort of the early days of Freehling Finds, the idea and the name, and etc.
So I remember when we first started talking about this that we just really wanted to get you on camera to show people some of the secrets and some of the things that go on in the Fredericksburg downtown and also in the Central Park area.
How do you think it helps to sort of get the word out there about what there is going on here in Fredericksburg?
So I really think it helps for people to explore more. Our first episode was about our courtyard. And a lot of people had no idea that behind the visitor center we have this kind of hidden gem of seating and a really pretty area that people can go back and enjoy at any time. So I think it's been fun to show people all these things that they can actually do that they have no idea they can. So.
Yeah, so when we set out and we started this, Danelle came up with the name of Freehling Finds, and when we set out, we didn't necessarily have a plan for that we were going to do this every week. We just kind of, when we saw an opportunity, we did a video about it, and over the past, I guess, 6 months or so, Jim has come in, and things have gotten much more advanced as far as the equipment that we have and the editing capabilities. So Jim, why don't you just talk a little bit about what goes into the creation of Freehling Finds?
Well, back in October, we moved over to Adobe Premiere as our editing software, which gave us a little more opportunity to use different effects, better sound control, and we were able to take background material and splice it in with the primary interviews. So it provided a little more depth, a little more interest into what we were doing. So, and then you know, as we learn a little bit more each week, we decide, well, we need an improvement here and an improvement there. We've upgraded to some wireless microphones, and just recently we got some lights.
Why don't you talk a little bit about your background as far as your knowledge of video editing? I know you did some work for the Fredericksburg Area Museum, and just go into that a little bit.
Well, I've been playing around with video probably since the 80s, doing some home projects. And then really where I learned a lot of editing capabilities was when I put together a documentary for the Fredericksburg Area Museum on the Fredericksburg flood of 1942. And then I played around with some of the videos downstairs in the visitor center to enhance those a little bit, and then it just kind of multiplied from there. And it's like, hey, I can do that. Let's see what happens. And I've just been learning new tricks and things ever since. So.
Well, we're really delighted to have Jim on board, and Danelle deserves a lot of the credit for getting this going. And so I just wanted to take this episode to recognize the people that have done the lion's share, to be honest, of the work on this series. So we're proud of what we've done. 50 episodes, about 84,000 views on YouTube and Facebook. Our underground tunnel one was the most popular one with 12,000 views, and word seems to be spreading, and we love the opportunity to get out and meet new people and new businesses and promote events and just share the information about all the great things that there are here in the city of Fredericksburg. So we appreciate everybody who's watched, and anybody who has ideas for future episodes. We plan to continue doing it every week, so there's no shortage of opportunities for ideas. So let us know if you have any ideas. And again, Danelle and Jim, thank you for everything you've done, and we look forward to the next 50 episodes. All right, so that wraps up this week's edition. Next week, we're going to show you inside the old stone warehouse, so we'll see you then.